Listen, baby, did you know that where you are today, you weren't supposed to be there according to your enemies? You weren't supposed to make it this far. And you showed in the heck wasn't supposed to be smiling the way that you are. Even at this point, if you have made it to a position where it kind of knocked you down, they weren't expecting you to be smiling like you smiling. They weren't expecting you to be in high spirit and have the same joy that you have right now. What makes no sense to me is that how they dismissed how anointed you are. How every season that you faced certain situations that you actually got through it. Like they didn't expect it. They really underestimated you. But you always came out either smiling, even if you did cry. At the end of the day, we already know joy comes in the morning, right? It's always been that for you. And the thing about it is, it makes me question the very people who cheered you on from the beginning. Because you know, many of the times, it's the people that cheered you on in the beginning, and then they start to see your progress. They see that you're climbing levels that you never went to. I mean, just think about it. You know, there are people that would cheer you on when you're trying to lose weight. You done got a little big and you losing weight, but once you start to get a little bit too small, they start to tell you, honey, you're getting a little bit too small. You need to slow down. You're getting too little. You know what I'm saying? They weren't saying nothing. At first, they was cheering you on and rooting you on from the beginning, but then when it got to the point to where you was close to the finish line, you were close to being done with it, you know, and you've accomplished what you've accomplished, that's when they start to speak against what you're doing. I mean, what sense does that make, though? Like, it doesn't make sense, but to be honest, it really does make sense, because I told y'all, they want to see you doing good until you're doing better than them. And that's it on it, bitch, okay? They want to see you doing good, but you start doing a little bit better than them, baby, you best believe they gonna come out the woodwork with things that you ain't never heard them say. You like, they ain't never talk like that. I ain't never heard them speak about me like that. And then you start to wonder, like, people starting telling you, like, you know, so-and-so was talking about you like this, and you can't believe it, because you're like, dang, you know, they ain't never spoke to me like that behind, you know, in front of my Facebook. See, that's what I'm saying. It be the very ones. And we just have to realize that, like I said in one of my other videos, I'm not sure if I shared it yet, but we have to realize that it's the spirit behind these folks. It's jealous spirits that's around people, envious spirits. These spirits it's the spirits that don't want you to make it. Because if you make it to your purpose and you begin to move according to what God wants you to do, baby, trust and believe they gonna, you know, them spirits gonna get the yapping. They gonna get the using folks. For real. You gonna be wondering, like, why is these spirits using these folks? Yep, it be that. Period.